Hey everyone, Josh Galvin with Tizish.com, and on this video I'm going to explain to you what PageRank is from Google. Okay, this is something that needs to be fully understood when it comes to link building, because the PageRank of a page that's giving you a link is going to be very powerful and it's going to help in your overall SEO campaign. So what exactly is PageRank? Okay, I'm going to show you guys a couple live examples to illustrate the point, but first let's talk about what is PageRank. And there's a guide I have here. I'm going to give you guys the link here. This is my favorite simple explanation of what Google PageRank is, and I'm going to share this link with you guys, and I'm actually going to go through this link explaining each point just to make it more clear. But basically, in a nutshell, let's just answer what is PageRank. So as you can see the definition up here, it's the best one I've seen. PageRank is a score 0 through 10 that Google assigns to a specific web page. Alright, and Google determines the ranking, the page rank of a specific web page by two factors. Number one, the number of links it has, and number two, the type of links that are being pointed to websites, to a specific web page. So, in a nutshell, what is PageRank? PageRank is simply a number value that Google places on a specific web page based on how many people are pointing links to it. Alright? And not just how many people, but the key thing is the type of people, and that's what I want to go over on this video. Okay, but basically here's an example of it live, just to show you different websites with different PageRank. Okay, because there's a tool you could get, and I mentioned this tool in the same ultimate link building guide and everything that this video is for. But you see this tool up here, it's called the Search Status Firefox tool. I will put a link for this one as well. But basically this tool here, this tells you the PageRank of any website you go on. So right now I'm on Tizish.com. Ignore all this other stuff. This is all just my buttons. But right now I'm on Tizish.com, and you see how when I hover over this, it says a PageRank 4 out of 10. Here's what that means. Every website has a PageRank. Every website. It could be either 0 or it could be 10. All right. Now 10 is like reserved for like the most important websites in the world. So let's just give you an example of one of those. Google. Let's look at the Google PageRank up here. 10 out of 10. Right. And then Facebook is the same thing, 10 out of 10. And now let's go to other sites just to show you examples. I showed you Tizish. Tizish was 4 out of 10. And then Agent Genius. This is one of my favorite real estate sites just to keep up on just the real estate industry. Not so much tech, but just everything all around. This one has a PageRank of 3 out of 10. And then let's go to Inman News. This has a PageRank of 6 out of 10. So here's what this means though. Alright, before we go into how PageRank is determined, here's common misconceptions that many people have about PageRank. Many people assume that you have to have the highest PageRank to rank highest in Google, when that's not at all true. So that's the first myth I want you guys to understand that doesn't exist. You do not have to have the highest PageRank of all pages on a specific search result to be higher than them. PageRank has nothing to do with your placement on Google. That's called your search engine results. Where you appear on the SERPs, it's called SERP, search engine results pages. That has nothing to do with your PageRank directly. Okay, so here's why. Let me just give you a couple examples. There's no doubt right now, Tizish, we have a lot of people following us. We get a lot of visits and so forth. It's obvious, and we have a PageRank of 4 out of 10. But if you look at Agent Genius, there's no doubt that they get a lot more traffic. I mean, I actually looked at it. I did a little bit of a check and I see, but yet their PageRank is 3 of 10. So I just want to show you one example of how that has nothing to do with traffic or with ranking. So if that's what you're thinking this is about, then this is not about that. All right, this is about how PageRank. Only reason why I'm explaining this is because it's about how getting good links, how this relates to link building, which I'll get to shortly. But anyhow, let's just actually make that point clear one more time. PageRank doesn't affect ranking. All right. So now let's get to the actual point. What is PageRank? How is PageRank determined? All right. And here's how it's determined. This is an awesome graph here on this site, or a graph. It's an illustration. All right. And this is where I'm going to dispel a lot of common misconceptions on what PageRank is and how it works. A lot of people hype it up for what it is, but it's really not worth. I ignore PageRank, I guess. That's the simple thing I'm trying to say. I wouldn't even pay attention to PageRank if I were you, except for when it comes to these reasons. So what is PageRank? How do you get a higher PageRank? How does your website go from 0 PageRank to like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, whatever the case is? Well, number one, you have to get a lot of links. Alright, you have to get a lot of links. And number two, you have to have good links. Alright, this is where I'm going to explain in here. And this whole illustration does the best job of it. Alright, now What does a lot of links mean? I'm going to be doing another video, or by the time you watch this, there'll be another video recording called your link profile, and about what is your link profile, what is link velocity. That's where I go over this stuff about a lot of links more in detail on that. But for the most part, just understand this. A lot of links means respective to what the top 10 ranking for your section has on Google. So let me give you an example. What I do is this. Let's say I'm trying to find out what's a general number of links I'm trying to get that's going to help achieve me a certain rank. I go to Google and I look at the top 10 results for whatever keyword search I want to get on the first page for. And then I look at the number of links all the pages have. Aside from the big monsters like Trulia, Realtor.com, and Zillow, I look at all the other ones to see what is the average number of general links that they all have. And then basically that determines what a lot of links is for a specific keyword phrase. Because ranking for Beverly Hills real estate is going to involve way more links than ranking for 123 Main Street, Beverly Hills, which doesn't have a lot of competition. Okay, so anyhow, the whole point is it matters two things. This is what I want to base the rest of this conversation on: the number of links and then the type of links. And really, the most important thing I really care about are the type of links. All right, not the number of links. All right. So remember earlier on how I said I don't pay attention to PageRank? Well, the reason that's the case is because I'm not like a number fiend, meaning I had to get 1,000 links, I had to get 100 links, because what really matters is the quality of the link, alright? And this is what I'm going to cover right now, finally, to make the point clear about how does Google determine PageRank, alright? So let's just go through this. I want to cover this illustration exactly as it is because I think it's perfect. So I'm just going to explain each point, alright? So the first thing you have to do is assume, let's go with this example. Let's assume PageRank, getting a PageRank from 0 to 10, with 10 being the highest. Let's assume it's a popularity contest, right? I like this example. Alright. So I had to hit pause for a quick second. So here we go. So PageRank requires the right votes. Alright, so what does that mean? Let's now assume that any link, let's replace the word votes for this example with backlinks, meaning if I'm joshgalvin.com and you're johndoe.com and you link to me, let's consider that, which is technically a backlink, let's consider that a vote. So when I use the word votes through this illustration, that's what I'm referring to, a link from another website to me. Alright, so here we go. So PageRank requires the right votes. Okay, here's what that means. And I've said this a little bit earlier, and this whole posting pretty much goes into this, but let's say I'm a brand new site and I want to get a high PageRank, and all of a sudden I get 2,000 links. I mean, that's a huge number of links. If I get 2,000 links, and all of them are from crummy sites with 0 PageRank as well, then guess how that's going to affect my PageRank? Not much, because I'm getting links from people from websites that don't have much popularity themselves. So just like using the example of running for prom king, like this illustration is using, who votes for you is going to matter, right? So with that in mind, let's go to the next point, where it says the right votes lead to many followers. Alright, here's what this means. Alright, getting the whole pool, your entire pool of links that you end up getting leads to how high your PageRank is going to be, alright? Meaning if you get links from, let's just say you got a link directly from some kind of Google page. Now that link is going to be massively trusted. But if you got a link from John Doe, brand new website, it's only existed for 1 month, that's not. So the right links matter, and we want to go with the ones that are more authoritative, and we're going to go into what kind of makes it up right now. So let's keep scrolling down, keep it simple. Now, PageRank takes into account who is voting for you. Alright, here's where it starts mattering. There's different types of links in the world. You know, look at this one, uses the principal as an example, and basically the principal are like your trusted type of sites, meaning the sites that have industry stronghold. Let's say Realtor.com, let's say on their blog, if they link to you. Let's say one of the Inman News, right? Let's pretend they have an article and they link to you. Those are some massively trusted links, and Google actually gives those links more weight and more power to your linking profile than it would from getting one from, let's say, Tizish, for example, or getting one from your website or from one of your competing agents or something, if they link to you or something. Alright, so basically you need to get links from places that are an authority, and here's the kicker, in your actual industry. Alright, if you're a real estate site and you're getting these links from all these jewelry stores that are massively authorities for their areas, it's not going to help as much because it's completely irrelevant. So that's where the next point comes in right here, where Google puts more trust in links from sites similar to you than from sites not like you. And the reason's simple. If you want to get high page rank and high relevance and high popularity, then it naturally follows that people from your same circle or your same industry will be linking to you. So that's a massively important thing in linking, getting people from the same type of industry to link to you. All right. Now here's another important thing. Bad links are going to hurt, and I'm going to cover this on so many other tutorials, but bad links can hurt you. If I'm a crummy website, let's say my website is all spam, all my comments are spam, everything's just bad. If I link to you, that's going to make it look bad because you're guilty by association, kind of like this example gives. Let's give a social example, and that's why I love this one. You know, let's say there's the bad guy, the bad person in class, and you're sitting in the back of the class with them, and then he makes noise, and the teacher looks at you and that student. Aren't you naturally guilty by association just because you're there with them? Well, PageRank and getting links from spammy websites or bad neighborhoods is the same way. Google will be like, why is this bad neighborhood linking to this website? It must be somehow associated, and that does hurt you. All right? So let's keep going. How people vote for you can affect your overall score. This is where the real kicker is. And this whole video, I only have 3 minutes left. I want to just focus on these next 3 things together. How people vote for you can affect your overall score. If I vote for me and I vote for you, our votes cancel each other out. And then achieving the best and most votes will lead to success. Here's what all these 3 mean. The first one, how people vote for you can affect your overall score. Here's what that means. Alright, if you have picture in a vote, normally, like right now, if we're going to go vote for in 2010, if we're going to go vote for our Congress people or whatever, you only get 1 vote, right? And that vote has a lot of power because you only get 1. Now pretend if you were able to vote for 100 people, you know, for the same positions, meaning, you know, let's say we have 2 Republican, Democrat running for one same office, and you're allowed to vote for both. You have 2 votes for the same piece. Then your vote kind of loses its power. It's like, well, it's not that significant anymore. Links are the same way. If I'm going to get a link from a website where I'm the only link that they're pointing a link to, then that's going to have way more power than if I'm one of 50 links on the same page linking to me, because now it's like that website is now giving different link juice equally, or not equally necessarily, but they're giving link juice to each of the 50 links on the same page. So that means mine is a little bit diluted. So how you get links and what pages link to you matters. Okay, if you're on a page that has 1,000 links and you're one of the 1,000, that's basically pointless. You basically have no link because you're not going to get any kind of value from that. All right. So that's an important thing, all right? And now another one, if you vote for me, I vote for you. Remember the whole concept of reciprocal links? Well, basically this is what it means. If Google doesn't like reciprocal links because it's like I link to you, you link to me, we're both agreeing to do it, and it cancels each other out. Same thing with like 3-way links. People thought that they could be clever and say, well, let's link to Barbara, and Barbara will link to you, John, and then John, you link to me. So it's going to be a triangle. I link to Barbara, Barbara links to you, you link to me. Google detects those in a heartbeat, and those also cancel each other out. You don't get penalized, but it's just a waste of time because you get no credit, all right? So basically the overall point of this PageRank stuff and how it's determined is really as simple as the following. And I'm going to try to do this in 1 minute, all right, because I only have 1 minute left. Basically, you have to get the following links. Or I'm just going to tell you what to do and what not to do. Number 1, don't focus on the number of links you have to get. Focus on the quality of links you have to get. And when it comes to focusing on the quality of links you want to get, focus on links from the same area, the same niche. You don't want to have links that are from places completely not related to real estate, because it's not going to help you necessarily in your ranking. All right. And then number 3, focus on links from good sources, places that already have high page rank. Just to give you an example, let's say you were running for prom king, as this illustration shows. Look at this key. This is an awesome example. The jocks and cheerleaders, you know, going with the typical story of we've been conditioned since the 80s, these would be the popular kids, right? And these would be the ones that would have the more weight, more influence to help you become prom king. So when you get rank, when you get links from websites with a high page rank, guess what that does to your website? It's going to help it get higher page rank as well, because it's from a more trusted area. So same concept with all the way down to this stuff. All right, so just follow along with that. And I hope this stuff makes sense. PageRank in a nutshell, 15 seconds. Don't worry about it. It doesn't determine your ranking in Google. Just focus on the quality of links you get, not the number of them. That's the number one and 2 tips I could give. That's everything. Go to facebook.com/Tizish.